right, shalom, shalom. I'd like to start off first and foremost by giving all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakar. Double honors to the elders, the apostles, great millstone who rule and teach well. Peace, love, salutations, and many blessings to those that are doing this work in truth and sincerity. This is your brother Nathaniel from the GMS Camp Atlanta, coming back at you through the Spirit with another lesson, and I pray and hope this lesson is edifying. Now, I came across this video on TikTok, and of course, you get a lot of information off TikTok in regard to the state of the world and the state of racial situations. Like you get a lot of things that were otherwise you would have never known about. You get those things, some of them through TikTok, because you got a lot of people that are reporting on these things, right? And what I have here is this video of two cops who were talking, and I'm gonna play it. Two cops who were basically talking about how they can't wait for the race war to happen so they can kill Jake. Now, they're not talking about killing Japanese. They're not talking about killing Chinese or Indians or Arabs. They're not talking about killing Samoans. Just black people. Those are the only people that they want to kill. Those are the only people that they want to hurt. I mean, of course, they may want to, do other things to other races of people, but it ain't like Jake. Jake is always at the top of the forefront. I mean, they'll make peace with all the other nations, like they have, but they'll give the other nations their land and allow them to flourish and build up their economies and stuff like that, But Jake, nah. Jake, we got to be integrated, okay? We got to make sure that, the old saying, keep your friends close and your enemies even closer. They got to make sure Jake is close by them so that they can see what we doing, and that they can harm us if they need to. So I'm going to start off with this quick precept. This is Ezekiel. I'm going to start at verse 4. It says, no, I'm going to start at verse, let's just go up. And it says, to start at the top of 35, it says, moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir, and prophesied against it, and say unto it, Thus saith the Lord, power, behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will search thee out of mine hand. I will search thee out. My hand is against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. Okay, so the Lord is already talking, like Malachi, I believe. We'll get it. Where it talks about they will rebuild, but he will throw down. Okay, it says, verse 4: I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be most desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred. Okay, so let's look up this word perpetual. Okay, let's look up this word perpetual. Thou hast had a perpetual hatred. Lasting forever, perpetual, lasting forever, never ending, continuing, or beginning so far indefinitely, long time, continual. You see that? Perpetual. This shit is continual. They have a continuous hatred toward the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Okay? They've had this hatred since the beginning. All right? And don't think that these devils have changed. They have not. The only thing they've done is hidden under a small surface, thin surface, their true intentions. But it doesn't take much to show, what their true intentions are and how they really feel. So I'm going to continue on. It says, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had came to an end. So we're in a time now where the elect of Israel is coming out of this iniquity, and we're coming back into the law, statutes, and commandments, and under the umbrella of our Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, right? And these devils, they still hate us. When we're coming back to what we're supposed to be, they hate us. Now I'm gonna go ahead and play this video. I'm gonna chime in here and there, but just listen to it. Listen to the hatred. Now, if they're saying these things, you know they ain't saying these. They saying this stuff not just in behind closed doors. I mean, they're not just saying this stuff publicly. If they're saying it like this publicly, what are they saying behind closed doors? Okay, so let's go ahead and play this.
After a police department audit of video recordings captured the officers saying pretty evil and racist things, including one of them hoping that there would be a new civil war to, quote, wipe Black people off the map, and that he was ready to be part of that civil war. So the Wilmington Police Department in North Carolina took the action against Corporal Jesse Moore and officers Kevin Piner and Brian Gilmore. Each was accused of violating standards of conduct, criticism, and use of inappropriate jokes and slurs. So how were these recordings discovered? Well, a sergeant was conducting a video audit, as I mentioned earlier, as part of a monthly inspection that was reviewing footage from Piner's car that had been classified as accidental activation. After the sergeant listened to the conversation and determined comments made by Piner and Moore were extremely racist, she contacted the department administrator for the camera system. Now, I'm gonna go to the details of what was said in these recordings. Piner, in one of them, told Moore that he feels a civil war is coming and that he is ready. Piner said that he was going to buy an assault rifle and soon, quote, "We are just going to go out and start slaughtering them." And then he used an expletive to refer to Black people. "I can't wait, God, I can't wait." Moore responded that he wouldn't do that. Piner told Moore that he felt a civil war was needed to wipe them off the effing map. That'll put them back about 4 or 5 generations. Moore told Piner he was crazy, and the recording stopped a short time later. Gilmore, hired by the department in 1997, said that whites were now worshiping Blacks, adding he'd seen a video of a fine-looking white girl and his little punk pretty boy bowing down and kissing their toes. The two then complained about Black officers on the force, calling one a piece of expletive, and then complaining that another was sitting on his ass during the protests. "Let's see how his boys take care of him when things get rough. See if they don't put a bullet in his head." I mean, just the most hideous, horrendous rhetoric and racism displayed in these recordings. So they've been fired.
Okay, of course, all 3 of them say we're not racist. Okay, so
they're stressed out.
All right, so you hear that? I might play a little bit more, but I mean, you get the point. You see, they want a civil war. They want to come out, and Jake is their target. Jake is their target. This is like, bro, haven't y'all did enough? No, ultimately we know, Slakia. Ultimately, we know that this is the judgment of the Lord, and the Lord is using Esau as a whipping stick for Jake, and Lord knows Jake need that shit, cause Jake hard-headed, man. Jake is a hard-headed nigga. You see, Jake just don't want to get it, and obey what the Lord is putting out. And the men of the Lord, we've been out there teaching, so we understand that these things have to happen, because Jake got to be taught, and Jake got to be punished. However, at the same time, Esau has a perpetual hatred that has been in him to continuously hate the children of Israel for all time. Okay? And that all started from the beginning. And we're going to get some of that, Lord will. But there was a couple of things that was said, right? That let me read. I think there was a little bit more on this. Verse 7. It says, "Oh yes, it says, I will." It says, "Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Sith thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee." You see, so blood is going to pursue Jake. Okay. Blood is going to pursue Slacky. Blood is going to pursue Esau because of what Esau has done to Jake. You see? because Esau is a bloody man. All right. So I'm gonna play a little bit more.
Cenk, they say that they're stressed out, that the protests have stressed them out. You know, this job is stressful, right? I mean, there are definitely days like today, for instance, where you come across stories like watching Elijah McClain in Colorado get murdered by 3 cops, right? And it's stressful, but I don't have a reaction where I want to go out and start shooting and slaughtering people, right? I don't have that kind of commentary or that kind of urge. Anyway, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, so, but I actually think that part is telling too. So remember that this is 46 minutes that they randomly caught. And so you think they're not saying this if they had caught another 46 minutes? You think others aren't saying this? Moore says, oh, no, I see, I said that's crazy to Piner, or that we shouldn't kill all African Americans. And so I'm not racist. You know what else Moore said? He said that a black judge was an effing Negro magistrate, and that a black defendant that he had arrested this woman should quote. Let's see how this.
So you hear that now? That's enough of that. So we're gonna go to grab a couple precepts. This is Revelation 16:6, and it says, "For they have shed the blood of the saints and the prophets, and thou hast given them blood to drink, for they are worthy." And what that means is the Lord is going to allow these devils to get their blood shed, because that's the only way the earth can be cleansed and be brought back to normal. Okay, is by the shedding of the blood of the one that shed the blood. And I'm gonna get that. All right, so let's go to the book of Numbers, because the Lord said he was going to give these devils blood to drink. Since they like blood so much, he going to give them over to it. You know, because they had that perpetual hatred from the beginning. Okay, so this is Numbers 35 and 33. And it says, "So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land, and cannot be cleansed of blood. It cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it." Okay, because that has to be balanced, blood for blood. You see? So in order for this earth to come back to where it was, Esau got to get his blood shed, man. He has to. This war, this World War III, that has to destroy all these nations that did everything that they done to Israel, this has to happen. In order for the earth to be brought back to its full glory, those people who have shed blood, their blood has to be shed. The scriptures clearly say that's how the land is going to get cleansed. You know, the thermonuclear missiles is going to cleanse all the junk and cleanse all of the pollutants and all these plastics and all of these elements that never were supposed to be. It's going to melt all of them away with fervent heat. But the land itself will be cleansed by the blood of those who shed the blood of the Israelites. Okay? And that's just period, point blank. You know? That's just how it's going to work. So Esau, you got to get your get back. It has to happen. The earth can never return back to its former glory until you are put down. Okay? The devil is going to come in like a flood. This is no, it's Malachi. I think it's Malachi 1. It says the burden of the word of the Lord by Malachi. It says, "I have loved you, saith the Lord, yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Jacob Esau's brother, saith the Lord? Yet I loved Jacob, and I hated Esau, and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts," which means armies, right? "They shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord hath indignation forever, which means righteous anger. Okay, right? So the Lord said he was going to throw their cities down, which means he's going to allow them to build them up just so he can destroy them. Okay, you know how you get the little kid that the bully in the school be letting the little kid build up his little building blocks, and then you come over and knock it down right when he get just about getting finished putting the last piece on it. He just come and knock it down. That's what the Lord gonna do. He's just gonna knock your shit down, man. You know. This is why, and I'm gonna do a lesson about this. This is why Kim Jong-un and Russia had just made an agreement, and Russia is going to supply Kim Jong-un with food, and Kim Jong-un is going to supply Russia with military munitions, with missiles. And the report is that they got 1 million missiles that they're willing to get at Russia. 1 million of them things. So America's about to get turned into a sandbox, man. All right? America's about to get turned into a sandbox. Don't worry, America. You about to get turned into a sandbox. All right? So let's go real quick to Genesis, the 27th chapter. I've done videos about this in the past. All right, here it is, 41. It says, and Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing where his father blessed him. Because he gave him everything. He gave him the kingdom. His father gave Jake the kingdom, and he knew that. Okay, and he knew that the blessing that he had did not amount to the blessing that Jacob got. Okay, he knew that his rulership was only temporary, and Jacob's rulership was permanent. Okay, so that right there became a spiritual, eternal hatred. Okay, that had been ingrained in this nigga's spirit, man, in his soul, in the flesh, in the genetic code of the Edomites. That hatred toward Jacob. Okay, it wasn't just I'm a hate. No, that was passed down from generation to generation. An unspoken hatred, something that was just built into him. Just like, the scriptures talk about how my people have a zeal for the Most High, but not according to knowledge. We have a spiritual zeal that's just built into us. Now, it's directed in a lot of cases. Most Jakes, they shit directed in the wrong direction. But nevertheless, they still have it. It's the same with Esau. Esau has a hatred in him. A bitter, a disdain for Jake. Okay? And it says, and Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing where his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother. So he said, all right. As soon as Isaac die, I'm gonna kill Jacob. As soon as Isaac die, I'm gonna kill Jacob. Now the thing is that he didn't do it then, because that was the establishment of the hatred. Okay. Now it would have been and I'm reading this verse, and the words of Esau, her elder son, were told to Rebekah, and she sent and called Jacob, her younger son, and said unto him, behold, thy brother Esau, as touching thee, doeth comfort himself, purposing to kill thee. So Jacob, the Lord made it to where Jacob fled, but that perpetual hatred, that shit still remained. Okay, he wanted some get back for that. But man, hey, the blessing was never yours in the first place. It was never set up for you to have the blessing. It was always set up for Jacob to have the blessing. Okay, it was always set up for you to be the wicked. You were always set to be the vessel of dishonor. So of course you're gonna hate it for it, Now, when you go to Second Ezra's, when you go to Second Ezra's, I believe it's the 15th chapter, right? It says, for the sword, this is Second Ezra 15 and 15. I'm gonna start at verse 14. It says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand and fight against another, and swords in their hands. That's what they're talking about right there. They're talking about this right here. Okay, this civil war. One people fighting against another. You think Jake gonna sit by and just look? Jake may not be able to win, but Jake gonna fight back. It ain't gonna be no just, oh, we did Jake gonna try, but Jake still gonna get slaughtered by these devils, because Jake's blessing is the Esau's blessing is the sword, not Jake. But Jake gonna try. You already hear Jake talking shit right now about how they not gonna let this shit go to. But Jake, you can't do nothing, okay? Because it's not for you to save you. It's for Yahweh Shem Yahushua to save us. Okay, we can't save ourselves out of this. All right. It says, for the sword of their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand to fight against another, and swords in their hand. For there should be sedition among men. These laws aren't going to apply anymore. And invading one another, and they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their own power. We seen that with that new movie that just came out, Civil War. Right? What was happening in that movie, Civil War? You had Esau that was just killing Jake. Anybody that Esau did not like, Esau was putting a bullet in. Remember that scene with the dude with the dump truck, and he had all those bodies in the dump truck? He was going by killing people. You see? That's and those two guys, weren't they Edomites? You see, so Esau is telling you what he's going to do and what his intentions is. Okay? He's sitting there right in the open just telling you, all right, this is what my intentions are. Okay? I'm going to kill. He did it with the Georgia Guidestones. He is the bloody man. Let's see. It says, deliver me. This is Psalms 59 and 2. It says, deliver me from the workers of iniquity. That's Esau. And save me from the bloody man. Who's the bloody man? Esau. All he thinks about is killing. Everything. He wants to kill everything. Kill it. Okay? It says, for lo, they lie in wait for my soul. The mighty are gathered against me, not for my transgression, nor for my sin, O Lord. They just want to kill you. Okay? They run and prepare themselves without my fault, awake to help me, and behold. You see? It says, therefore, O Lord, Yahweh of hosts, the power of Israel, awake and visit all the heathen. Be not merciful to any wicked transgressors. Selah. You see? So the Lord is telling, the King David is asking the Lord, hey man, visit these wicked bloody people, man. These wicked people. Look what Joe Beasley's doing now. And there's another video that I'm about to do about this new bill that they this transgender bill that they just passed, right? This really makes this place Sodom and Gomorrah, to where now there is no privacy in bathrooms anymore. Any bathroom in any facility, public or private, anything that's receiving federal funds, you have to allow a person to go into any bathroom with any gender that they identify with at that particular time. And girls' locker rooms they could change, a boy can be in their locker room and the girl has to change her clothes right in front of him, and she can't say, oh, why is it, why do I have to change? I'm uncomfortable changing. So if there's a rape that happened in the bathroom because of this little boy, right, getting an erection because he done seen a baddie, a chick with a nice body undressed in front of him, and he just couldn't control his urges, which happens a lot, right? This is what they're asking for. Iniquity, transgression. Okay? So, that was pretty much it on that. I'm going to go ahead and end it off by giving all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem, Rakar Kadash. Double honor to the elder and the apostle, great millstone, to the next time I say shalom.